Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you. I am Gina Rivera. I am the creator of Gina's platform and the founder of Phenix Salon Suites. And I want to thank you all for joining me today. I feel so blessed to be here and share this time with all of you. And I want to thank Denise and NASNPRO for having me today. I'm really excited to share with you some really cool things about Gina's platform and myself. So welcome. I had the pleasure of meeting some of you, maybe a lot of you, at the NASNPRO convention last year in Arizona. And I had the opportunity to sign some copies of my book, A Mirror and a Prayer, and also share with you my journey and how I dropped out of high school and built a successful salon company with 300 locations and expanding into internationally. So it was a pleasure meeting some of you guys. And before I get started, I wanted to read a piece from my book, and I have to wear my glasses, sorry. My eyes are getting bad by the day. But I'd like to read this to you before we get started. I told myself so many times that I can't do something that one day I just exhausted myself. So I said, I'm going to make a pact with myself that every single opportunity that comes my way, I am going to say, yes, I can. And once I started doing that, guess what? My whole life changed. I now have 300 salons expanding internationally. I went back to high school. I got my diploma at 20 years old. I now write articles. I've written hundreds of articles for Modern Salon, Oprah, Prevention, just to name a few. And I love to write. And I don't find it a chore anymore. I find writing to be fun. And it led me into other avenues of TV, commercials, and doing the show Undercover Boss. And through that all, I learned. And through that all, I learned an awful lot. And I learned that I used to say, I can't. And when I very first started in the industry, my manager sat down and told me that I would never make it in this industry. And so once I started listening to people telling me that I can't and started believing in myself and telling myself I can, then things changed. And through that all, I still battle. I have to be completely honest with you all with I can'ts in my life. And I always said, I can't develop a scheduling app. I dropped out of high school. I hate technology. It scares me to death. And I am absolutely just fine and A-okay with my number 2 pencil and my paperback appointment book. And I was scared to death once again to embrace change. But I had to have a come to Jesus meeting with myself and tell myself once again, yes, I can. Gina, get out of your box. Lose your fear, and you got to be open to change. And so once I listened and ate my words very humbly, I now developed and created Gina's platform, and it was full steam ahead. So I am so excited to be able to share with you why thousands of salon professionals are changing over and using Gina's platform. I was able to launch it just a few months ago. We now have over 9,000 professionals currently downloaded on Gina's platform. And we have professional organizations such as NASNPRO. And we want to thank you for introducing Gina's platform to lifestyle professionals across the country. We also have multiple partnerships that promote great products and discounts and exclusive promotions. And it is a fantastic way to really connect with our industry in the health, beauty, and wellness and appearance communities. So it's a great tool to have. Now I'm going to kind of take you through some of the really cool features of Gina's platform. It's free. And as a stylist, I just got so sick and tired of these scheduling platforms always, wanting to nickel and dime us to death. And you always had to read the fine print. And so I wanted to create a scheduling app that was free for you to use, that there were no subscription fees. It doesn't cost you anything. We have low credit card processing rates at 2.5%, which that's awesome because we now know in the world that we live in with COVID, we all have to be mindful about, how we save our money, look for savings anywhere we can so we can set aside and save and plan for future, God forbidden, if anything happened like this again. I'm really excited to tell you about Gina's telehealth that I launched. And I don't know about you, but I'm a mom and I have boys, and healthcare can be super expensive. And not only that, sometimes it takes a while to get into doctors, and with our busy schedules and me being behind the chair, it was really hard to do at times. So I really wanted to create a health program that not only saved you a lot of money, but also for convenience. And so we launched Gina's Telehealth, where now you can visit doctors online. You don't have to pay for visits and see the doctors virtually. So it's just really convenient. We also added advanced scheduling tools. If you look up on the screen, we have our homepage with different icons. It's really simple to use. We have today's dashboard, which is really cool. You can go in, you can see your customers, you can estimate how much you're going to make for the day. You can put in cash, credit card, what have you, so you can keep track of your day and what you're going to make to keep you organized, which I was the worst at staying organized. And I used to take that number 2 pencil and that paperback appointment book and write down each appointment and how much I charge. And I would add it up at the side of my book and with my little pencil. But this is virtually a calculator with the click of a button. So super convenient. You have a revenue review where you can see where it can estimate your week, how much you're going to make, your month, how much you made last month. Keep track of inventory, just really keeps you organized throughout your day, your month. I know I was super disorganized because I was always on the fly. I was always running behind and always writing things down with pencil and piece of paper. And I wasn't really being mindful of how much product I was using, where I was spending too much money, where I needed to maybe do a little bit more marketing if I didn't have a great month. Also, scheduling appointments. You can schedule appointments and communicate directly with your clients with in-app emails and messaging. So super easy, really convenient, easy import, export for your client profiles. We also have Gina's prescription card. It's a discount prescription card. Again, going back to telehealth, again, I had to be mindful during COVID how I was going to save money or where I could cut costs. And so I wanted to create a prescription card for you all that you can get up to 80% savings on prescriptions through any outlet virtually, Walgreens, Vons, really any pharmacy out there. So huge savings there. We also have cutting edge communication features where you can communicate with your clients, we can communicate with each other through emails, through texting, upcoming classes, educational events, what have you. So lots of articles, lots of content that you can go on and view. Complementary education. I mentioned we have a list of upcoming education classes that you can click on, articles that you can read about, and we're always finding new content. So really fun things and a great way to keep engaged with each other. You can showcase your work. You can build your own website and customize it through Gina's platform. So you can customize it to your liking. And we also have Gina's lead generation, which I am out there. I am working hard marketing Gina's platform to consumers to drive business to lifestyle professionals. And lastly, podcasts. I have a really cool podcast out called Turn Their Heads with Gina that you can go into Gina's platform. You can download, you can listen to my podcast, the past guests that I've had that have been really fun, and continuing to add some really cool lifestyle professionals to my podcast. So I would encourage you to go in and check those out. Those are kind of fun listens. Gina's platform is a great way to make more money, manage your money better, your time, and it's very convenient. It's exclusive now to client generation. We talked about low credit card processing fee of 2.5%. There's no monthly subscription fees, so there's no hidden costs. You don't have to worry about the fine print. We have great social and digital marketing. Like I mentioned earlier, you can build your personal website that helps you establish your business and your brand, and digital marketing templates to assist you in promoting your services. I like to do inspiration and new news. I am a big on devotions and I love inspirational quotes. And so I've added an inspiration quotes throughout the app just to hope and maybe give somebody some encouragement or hope that day, or maybe something that they needed to hear. Private client profiles. You can build your client profiles. They're completely secure for your business. They're easy to import and export through the Gina's platform with ease. It's not complicated. There's not a lot of navigating. And that's what I wanted also with Gina's platform, was for it to be easy. I did not want you to have to sit there, and there's so many websites out there that, you just have to sit there for hours and you have to try to navigate through them all. So I wanted to make it really super tech friendly. And so I think you'll find that really helpful. You can connect instantly. You can do in-app messaging directly to your clients, texting, and you can access all of their information and any type of messaging or texting through your mobile, your tablet, or your computer. Real-time scheduler, easy booking for your clients, and you can confirm clients, communicate with them, what have you. So next I'm going to take you, here's just a comparison chart that I have with Gina's platform compared to other scheduling apps. And here you can see we're free. There is no subscription fees. And basically, we are making sure that we exceed our competition. And we are continuously working very hard to enhance Gina's platform, to develop first-class features, adding more features all the time. I feel like I'm just beginning with this app, and we really are. Our goal and our mission is to stay ahead of the game with our competitors. And as a stylist, I looked at it from a viewpoint of being in our industry and what was practical and not just business-wise. So we're constantly adding really cool features. We will be informing everyone as we do that as well. Oops. Oh, sorry. So I want to thank Denise Fuller again. She's amazing, and NASNPRO family. We have a wonderful partnership. I can't tell you how blessed I am to be a part of that. I love her heart, her passion, the culture that she has built within this industry to keep us all connected, and just really a heart for the lifestyle professionals that are out there. And I have always said that it is important to surround yourself with people that are like-minded. And I just feel that NASNPRO has just been such an asset and has been such an inspiration to me. And I cannot thank them enough. I love that we're all staying together through all of these hard times, and we have partnerships and people and organizations like NASNPRO that are really keeping us all together. And so I want to thank you all for that. And here is where you can follow me. I am at Beauty Expert Gina, Products by Gina, Tools by Gina, and at Beauty Expert. Also, I have 3 different websites. You can check me out on www.bygina.com, www.colorsbygina.com, and www.phenixsalonsuites.com. So I hope that you found this information useful. I would encourage you to go in and check out all the really cool things. I really only touched on a very small portion of what Gina's platform can do. So I would encourage you, if you have some time, to sit down, download it, check it out, really get in there and see how neat and how beneficial some of these features can be and convenient for you. So with that said, if you have any questions, we can answer. I have Terry Wilson on here with me. Hopefully she can answer some of your questions that you might have about Gina's platform. But with that said, that is it for me. And again, I want to thank you all for letting me be a part of this hour in your day.
Thank you so much, Gina. We appreciate your time. I know you are a very busy woman. And I know you started out, your family had their own salon, and through you venturing out, having your own chair, you gave, you and your husband had your first son, I believe, and the boss came and called while you were just had delivered the baby and said, "When will you be back?"
Yes.
As a mother, and I'm a single mother, I'm widowed, I'm a single mother, as you know, how do you keep the balance between, especially now you've grown your brand, you've grown your company, you have 2020 here with all these different changes and dynamics and stressful situations. You have to meet the needs of your children. How do you not go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Please tell me what you do.
Well, you probably need to ask them. They would tell you a far different story. But no, it's just, I will tell you this. I am a mother first. I am family first. And when I had kids, and the day that I had Phenix, and, once my, and just to recap what Denise had said, let me back up how Phenix Salon Suites was born was when my son Phenix was born. And I had I was just renting a chair in a salon, and rent was due every Saturday. And I had went into labor with Phenix almost 3 weeks early. And so I was not there on that particular Saturday to pay my rent. So the owner of the salon that I was in called me, and of course Jason answered the phone, and she said, "Hey Jason, where is Gina? She's not here to pay her rent." And Jason said, "Oh, well, she just had our son Phenix just a couple hours ago." And she said, "Oh," she goes, "Well, that's great. Tell her congratulations. But if she wants to keep her booth when she comes back, then somebody needs to run down a rent check in the next 45 minutes to pay her rent." Wow. And so it was at that moment that I was like, I am tired of it being about, the owners and what they want and, everything. And now it's time for it to be about the salon professional. and I'm not going back. And so when Phenix was born, my son, was actually when Phenix Salons was born as well. And it was at that moment too that obviously my family came first and my children. And I told Jason very early on, and when I started growing and growing rapidly, I said, I never want my kids to look back and say, I never saw my parents. They were great. Yeah, my mom did this or she did that. She has 300 salons, but guess what? I don't see her. And so I have made it a priority to be a mother first. My son's a junior. Phenix is now a junior, 17 years old, and Priest is 14. And I still get up every morning and make their lunches and walk out and watch them drive away to school. And so, and when we would travel, I would really, I would have to sacrifice my own tiredness, if you will. And, if we had to fly East Coast, I would, say, hey, I want to be back in 48 hours because I want to make it a point to be at their practices or watch their golf tournaments or just be with them. So, I think once you sit down and you really write down your priorities and you really, this is first, this is second, this is third, and you really stick to it, and stay organized with that, it makes it easier. I mean, it's not always easier. It's tough. I have to tell you all really quick. When I very first started growing, I made 45 trips in 1 year. And I was literally in and out every 3 days from East Coast to West Coast, to North, South, you name it. And I actually got really sick with mono 1 year. And so, it hasn't always been, super easy, but it's been worth it for sure.
Absolutely. So you have 300 salons, the salon suites. It is COVID. They're shut down. How are you encouraging? And I know now we have, everyone's pretty much open. There are some states that are here in Pennsylvania. We're still struggling to get the estheticians back in service. But how did you encourage them, or didn't you give a rent relief to those that were renting from you?
So a few things that happened when COVID happened. First of all, I think I can speak for us all and what a shock that was. And I have to tell you as well, some of you may not know, but my father was a hairstylist and so was my mother. I have 25 hairstylists in my family today. My dad started doing hair when he was 19. He retired at 76. He actually still does my hair. But what that said, what was interesting was when the shutdown happened, I was like, because my dad always told me, being in the health, beauty, and wellness world, you can always work. People's hair always grows, people always want to feel good. So, that's the one beauty about this whole industry is the fact that we're going to be okay because, we can still work. Well, when COVID happened and it was the first time in history that all of us got put back in our houses for several weeks, it was shocking. And I'm sure like all of you guys, I just cried my eyes out because I was like, it's really the first time in history. And I just felt like you guys probably really vulnerable and like, okay, maybe I'm not secure as I thought I was. And so my mind went straight as a salon professional to all the salon professionals out there. And my heart broke for them all. And I thought, what can I do to help do my part? I don't have millions and millions of dollars to just go hand out, which I wish I would have. I just would go leave everybody a check for the next, 2 months.
I'm there with you. Absolutely.
I did things helping the salon professionals in my own locations to really help their financial burdens. I started education every week virtually, which I will tell you, I I think I might write another book, COVID Blessings, because with how hard it's been, there have been so many blessings out of it. And I sit there and I thank God to myself, thank God we have this. Like, thank God we have virtual, we can get on Zoom. We can, we can still see each other. We can still communicate, because if this would have happened back when I was my kids' age, I mean, we still have the telephone that was attached to the wall. I mean, there was no way, to really communicate. So I thank God every day that we've had virtual, that we can come together. And yeah, technology is scary and it's hard and it doesn't always work. But I felt like that has been a blessing. So it has allowed me to be able to stay in contact and communication with salon professionals, provide education weekly to help keep, salon professionals engaged where I could personally. I know it's not skincare, but I was able to do a big color giveaway, a dream kit giveaway. I gave over close to $500,000 worth of color back to salon professionals, because I really wanted them just to have product on their shelf. If that was just wherever I could alleviate burdens, I wanted to help them. And so I felt blessed to be able to do that. But yeah, it's tough and it's hard. But like I said, I mean, thank God that we have each other and people like you, Denise, and NASNPRO, and Zoom and all the other, Be Lives, that we can all stay connected.
Well, and that's kind of how NASNPROtv was birthed. Is, my team told me, they're like, Denise, let's do some virtual, let's do this, let's do that, as I'm certain your team did. And, I always want to make certain that what we do is with excellence. I believe that's just inside of us. That's how we were created. So let's make certain that, whatever we touch, whatever we breathe into, there is that excellence, and we leave this earth with our mark. But yes. So there's been a lot of learning curve with all of this. As you know, I am an esthetician, and technology sometimes is not my friend either. I'm a hands-on person. I know. I was doing a class for 6 campuses, and as an esthetician, of course, you're doing your effleurage movements and realizing that the technology couldn't keep up with the speeds of my hand. So therefore I glitched the whole system, and I'm like, of course I did. Why wouldn't I break the freaking technology? I'm like, yes. Yeah. But again, we all need to, sometimes when we're put in, some downtime or quiet space, that's when the most creative ideas and innovations come out. And I saw our industry dig deep, go outside, do the treatments, cut the hair, go to the curb, whatever we had to do to stay relevant. And I know, and my heart breaks for the spas and salons that have had to close. But even with that, I do believe when one door shuts, a bigger, better door always opens up.
That's right. That's right. Through adversity, there's always growth. And I have been so proud of our industry. I mean, how we just really rose to the occasion, how the safety protocols that I know lifestyle professionals are taking, and what they're doing, and the sacrifices they're making just to be able to walk back into that spa, salon, all the creative ideas, things that they were doing marketing wise at home. And yes, I mean, when we're uncomfortable is when it's the scariest. But I always say that when you're uncomfortable, and I tell myself that all the time, is when you're uncomfortable is when you're growing. And I know, like I said today, I still battle with, telling myself I can't, and oh my gosh, how are we going to get through this? And what are we going to do? And what's going to happen? And then I just start worrying and go down this rabbit hole of just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But, Denise, to your point, it's interesting when you stop and you just take a deep breath and you say, okay, this is what it is right now. What can I do to dig deep, pull out, maybe try something that I've never tried before. I mean, we were all at home, and we were able to be blessed with time that we could sit and start getting into our creative self and start thinking of different marketing ideas, or when I go back into that spa, what I'm going to do differently, just as far as just even planning. And that, getting back to Gina's platform, just really when I developed that technology, and I'm telling you, I can't type. It takes me 5 minutes to type Gina. I can't type for nothing. I wasn't afraid to reach out to people that knew that area. I am a big firm believer that I am not where I am today without a good team. Yep. And I am always open. And I think that this is really important, to always be open, and it's okay to not know it all. You might have a great idea, but you might need to reach out to somebody. It's okay to not know everything. And I didn't know a lot of the tech world, and it scared me. Like I said, it scared me to death. I literally, you guys, I am not lying. I should have brought them here today to show you guys. I have 5 books, paperback appointment books, that I used for years that has everything from writing, discount promotions. And I mean, oh my gosh. And so when I created Gina's platform, I really was looking at it as a salon professional, as the things that I struggled with the most. And it was able to help me dig deep and create Gina's platform.
That's wonderful. And we're so excited that you've been with us today and been able to share your passion, your expertise. And I know you are a very busy woman, so thank you so much for being on NASNPROtv. Check out Gina's platform on NASNPRO.com. It's one of our member rewards, and that'll give you access to that and all the great tips, rewards, discounts that Gina's platform does give. And we are going to go into our next speaker. And have you learned something today? If you have, put up a thumbs button, do some hearts, do some likes, because I know myself, I've had a pen and paper from Barbara Devlin, from Anna Latone, to Ryan Christopher from Cosmetics Pivot to Peels, Caitlin from Yanka on aromatherapy. Again, congrats to Bonnie, who won the little pop-up, the live door prize we did. And then Kaylin, the art of the pre-sale. So if you are watching on a replay, make certain you go back into the group and find these incredible segments. Lots of tips, lots of ways to boost and bolster your business. Our next speaker is Margie Wynn. She is the educator from Sachet Skin Therapy. She's going to be talking about future aesthetic diagnostics. It is a segment that you will not want to miss. So thank you for joining us. Continue to watch, and we will see you at the top of the hour.